Just 150 miles from Trinidad and a couple of hundred miles from the South American mainland, Grenada is the southernmost of the Windward Islands. We are getting towards crunch time in this World Cup, and today's encounter brings together two teams with definite semi-final ambitions. Fourth place South Africa are up against third place New Zealand. 2 days ago, New Zealand had one of those days against Sri Lanka. Nothing went right. Whereas in the opening encounter here, South Africa rolled over an underperforming host nation.
The all-important match today between South Africa and New Zealand. With me, I've got the two skippers, Stephen Fleming, of course, from New Zealand, and Graeme Smith from South Africa. And to oversee everything, Chris Broad from England. Graeme, you've got the coin. Up she goes. Heads is the call. Roll, roll, roll.
It is a head.
Heads it is. Steve, what are you going to do this time?
Oh, we're going to have a bowl this time.
And your team, you left out the spinner last time. You're going to play two spinners this time?
Yeah, we are going to play two spinners. We think there's going to be a little bit in it. There's been a little bit of overcast conditions before the start of play, so there might be 10 or 15 overs of swing and seam, and then it will get slower, so we've got our slow bowlers to cover that as well.
Have a look at the respective teams. Daryl Cullinan still alongside me. Robin Peterson in the South African lineup today.
It's a good option for South Africa. You know, they've had to consider the slow bowling option, the lack of pace in this pitch, which we've seen in games gone by. No Charl Longeveld, and he's got to be feeling pretty disappointed. But all round, a well-balanced side again. They'll look to Smith and de Villiers up front. De Villiers, Callis, they're full of runs. Can they repeat some performances that they've produced in the past? It may just come down to the strength of the middle order. It hasn't really fired. The likes of Gibbs, Prince, Peterson, Boucher, Pollock. One feels at some stage they've got to play a big innings, but all round good depth. Nell in the side offers them some good pace and some good aggression.
And Ian Smith, New Zealand's team, the theme of the day, I suppose, spinners.
Yeah, well, both sides obviously doing what they want to do. New Zealand wanting to bowl first, but they're including Jetan Patel, which to me covers a lot of bases. South Africa did not play the Bangladeshi spinners at all well, and I think that's a good guide to what New Zealand have done there. That's the only change they've made from the other day. It's basically, I think they've worked on the theory that this is their best side. You got it wrong, fellas, the other day. You go back and fix it. There's not much else to say about it. I look for the Vittori Patel act to be crucial. Bond to start with, no wickets the other day, doesn't happen very often. I think he'll create some sort of thing this morning first up. The first 10 overs for me, Bish, crucial.
So do you agree with the decision of Stephen Fleming to bowl first on winning the toss?
I do, because we're one of the sides in this World Cup which don't mind batting later in the day on slower pitches. We get a lot of those in New Zealand, so chasing down 240, 250 might not be an issue for this batting side.
And here we go. It's tacky, very tacky. That bounced and never got through at all, so there's just a little challenge in here for the batsman.
Yes, we saw that spongy sort of bounce against the Sri Lankans too when New Zealanders were out here. The ball really didn't even carry, just lobbed over like a tennis ball.
Careful on the drive, it's not coming on. In the air and could be gone, it is. We thought that there was a little bit of tackiness on the wicket and you didn't want to play too early. Graeme Smith finds himself back in the pavilion. An early strike for Shane Bond. Smith not happy, he departs. Big wicket for New Zealand.
A very eventful over from Bond there. Smith looked very circumspect. Just really didn't have any movement there, and Oram picking up that catch. So the New Zealanders have found putting the South Africans in paying off. Smith's gone for one, South Africa 3 for 1.
That's close, very close. In fact, it's out. Franklin, couple of slanting across the right hand, and then suddenly the one that swings back in the air defeats de Villiers.
It certainly caused a lot of problems to de Villiers. That delivery moved in the air, came back on him, and De Villiers just going a little too much across. Getting wrapped low down on the pad. Excellent delivery. Just would have knocked off that leg stump. Just marginally. But good enough for umpire Benson. That's with De Villiers departs. He doesn't score. South Africa 3 for 2.
Now that's the one I'm talking about that goes away from the right-hander. And you bowl 2 or 3 of those, James Franklin, then he saves up the in-swinger and tries to make it count for the LBW or bowled. He did it beautifully against De Villiers.
So the speed he does bowl is ideal to exploit the conditions. Fair cloud cover.
They're on fire. Not only with the ball, but in the field. Taylor, the fielder. Where did that come from? Oh dear. It's a real tacky surface. Tennis ball bounce.
That was a ripper. Just took Kallis by total surprise. Doing a little bit of gardening.
Well, Mikey Holding talked about a few damp spots, and when he said damp, he wasn't fooling. It really are damp spots. Now, what does that do to the psyche of the batsman? You've got to hold your nerve here. It's not an easy thing to do when you get one of those.
I think we get the feeling that the less you play, the better off you're going to be here. At least these initial overs, South Africa would want to stay away from attacking the ball.
Good looking shot, right through him. Vettori, the man at mid-off.
Terrific shot. First real cricket shot that South Africa have been able to muster today. And Herschel Gibbs, who is such a dangerous player, his mindset will be still to be positive if the ball is there to hit. And this went straight under Daniel Vettori. He perhaps could have done a wee bit better, but it was a measure of the timing. Shane Bond not too fussed about Vettori's effort there, I don't think. A bit slow getting across.
Let's have a look at that delivery again from Shane Bond. Have a look at the seam. He held it across the seam then. Not too sure if it's thought perhaps he doesn't want it to swing. It's 12 for 2. Has gone a long way. Made up his mind pretty early. Jacques Kallis had to go, and it went. 20 for 2.
What a classy shot. We've seen a beauty from Herschel Gibbs along the ground, and Jacques Kallis as well. This is, I've got to do something here. I've got to throw this guy off his line, off his length, off his confidence. It was on the up. It was magnificently timed and went a long way. A long way. Bounced on the concrete down there. But just 2 short steps down just to change it from his perspective, and it went big.
Good shot. The only thing swinging on that occasion was the bat sending the ball racing to the boundary.
Giving himself some room again, Jacques Kallis. Not the biggest of movements, but just enough.
Finish that off. I found that the white ball after maybe 8 to 9 overs didn't swing as opposed to seeing swing in an orthodox fashion. As long as the red ball did, you'd get some orthodox swing with the red ball if you shined it on one side. The white ball, you do get reverse swing. That's one feature that I think differs from the red ball. This should be out. Shane Bond is underneath it, and he won't drop it. Success for Vettori straight away. Captaincy has worked. Cullinan next to me, head in hands.
Commentator's nightmare. The man you would have backed. You have just seen this little tricky passage of play through. Jacques Kallis is out. Spoke earlier of a characteristic Kallis innings being needed. This is an uncharacteristic Kallis shot. Not a good moment for South Africa. Not a good moment from Jacques Kallis. But all credit to New Zealand. Smart captaincy, smart cricket all round. And they certainly are in the driving seat. South Africa now 52 for 3.
That worm trying desperately to surface. That's a good shot. That will evade the man at the backward square. Don't see too many boundaries.
Straying slightly onto the leg stump. Gibbs is very quick to pounce on it. Plays that sweep well. Hitting it all along the ground. Picked up the length well.
Perhaps the left and the right hand combination will help the South African batsmen put off the bowlers with their lines. It was just a bit too wide of leg stump. That's a good shot. Mid on up.
He does play spin well, Ashwin Prince. No doubt would be looking for more shots like that. It's just that Vettori at times doesn't give that possibility to get close enough. Marched on to that.
That's what they've been good at as well, anticipating a lot of movement around the crease by the South African batsmen, which they've done well so far throughout this World Cup. And just the option of where to go. Do you go straight? Do you follow him? But Jenny gone the route of following the batsman. And that's what Stars did on that occasion. Prince went outside off stump, and he did too.
50 for Herschel Gibbs. And a very hard fought one. It was never easy when he came in at 4 for 2. He's done a very good job for his side. He's 31st. He's 6th against New Zealand. They played Herschel Gibbs virtually half the runs. Now then, is that a little bit of bat or come a little bit of pad? Whatever it is, it might actually even be wides. We'll have to wait and see. That's what it is. Just sliding down the leg side, looking for that reverse swing Yorker. Missed the spot. The bat on that. Oh well, never mind. It's 2. Really cheeky sort of cricket this is. They're both playing that little paddle shot leg bars this time. 116 for 3.
And that has nothing to do with Fulton. It's gone the way of long on. A good shot from Ashwell Prince.
Well, it's a muscle shot for me. It's not a huge backlift and not a huge follow through. It's all about power. Boom. Look how he stops the shot so quickly. Bottom hand. Just punches it over the top and doesn't have to move after that. Bang. I think these two, if these two are together, South Africa will have designs on around 225, 230 here, and they're more than capable of getting 100 off these last 13 overs if they don't continue to lose wickets in the process. So that's 8 and over, I think, very much on. And if they get that psychologically, they'll think they've done a great job to try and defend.
Yes! Wicket taker has struck. Might have been a little interaction with the inside edge, but it went on to the stumps, which was Craig McMillan having the final word.
He has a golden arm at times. He does. We talked about breaking partnerships, and he's done it here. And boy, is he delighted. And Stephen Fleming, who took a punt, and it's paid off. He's a hunch captain, and the hunch came here. Gibbs looking to put away. It's gone back, leg, and rolled back onto the stumps. Horrible way to get out from Gibbs's point of view, because he's fought so hard. He's played a very good innings for South Africa. He's gone for 60. It's 128 for 4. How Mark Boucher's going to go about this now. I think South Africa can afford to have a bit of a fly with him because he's capable. He can turn a match. And Herschel Gibbs just twirls the bat at the end of it as if to say, haven't I worked hard enough today to have a piece of luck? Obviously not. Boucher's the key now. He's a very big key, as is Prince. Prince has got to bat through and try and control the pace and work with new players as they come out. But Boucher is the pinch hitter. He's the boundary rope hitter. He can hit it over the top. Some punishing innings already in this World Cup.
Fetch it back.
Well, this is a hard shot when you've just come out, because you're playing against the spin from a long way outside off stump, and therefore you're having to fetch it, you're having to drag it. So to do what he did and get the timing involved so early in his innings was crucial.
Yes, Matt. Brilliant, mate. Good job, Macca.
Long off, taken. Where was he intending to hit that in reality?
Stephen Fleming, again, this hunch to continue with Craig McMillan, probably his 6th option that he's got available to him today, has paid another dividend. He looks so casual about it, Fleming, as he looks to join his teammates, but Ashwell Prince shakes his head. Where was the timing, or where was the placement involved here? It was almost like a mental block. He knew the man was back. He didn't follow through with the shot with any great vigour. He timed it okay, but he just didn't hit it hard enough. Or he didn't hit it along the ground, one of the two. He knows he got it wrong. Useful innings, 37, but South Africa now 143 for 5. That'll help. Fulton cutting it down to 2.
dangerous Mark Boucher. He just hits a mood for 5 minutes. The whole thing goes out the window. 40 overs of good work can almost disappear on him.
That's high. Has it got the distance? No. Fulton takes the catch, and McMillan, 3 wickets today. What a dream day it is for the men in black.
Unbelievable stuff. The shave has worked. He had the beard the other day, and now it's good that he's shaven, because you can see how wide the smile is, and it is brimming. The New Zealanders have played a trump here. Stephen Fleming, it was something I don't think even South Africa considered. They were looking at other bowling options, but Fleming thought he'd take a chance, and it was a risk worth taking once, twice, and now 3 times. Boucher's gone, the dangerous Boucher, hauled in by Peter Fulton in the deep, and it's 149 for 6.
In a real mixed bag for this over from Daniel Vettori. He's gone 97 right down to 101 right to 70. So a huge variation in pace for Vettori.
Again a 6-run over. 164 for 6. That might be it. It is. It's a big one. The last ball of the over. That makes it a very good over. It's 11 off it. 175 for 6.
Yeah, he gambled a bit, Jeetan Patel. He knew that the slog was on. He tried to bowl a slower delivery, trying to get Pollock to hit too soon. And he didn't. He hit it right slap bang in the middle. That's a long boundary, but it cleared it quite comfortably.
Good shot. Big gap between mid-wicket and long on. Found it.
Yeah, searching for the Yorker, just missed a little bit. And the ball is very strong on the leg side, likes to flick the ball away, and this is right in the hitting zone for him. It shows you how tough it is for the bowlers. He missed by perhaps a couple of feet. Able to get underneath, and usually gets it away towards the end of the overs. Goes for 4. Nice little partnership, 32 of 33.
That's gone a long way up, but not far enough. Jacob Oram, big hands. He doesn't drop those.
1 strikes. Just wonder if it was a slower ball because it went so high rather than long. He's in hitting mode, is Andrew Hall, and so he must be. At this time, 48 overs now been bowled, and this is a very good delivery. Slightly slower, more looking to go over the top, but in the end just got it very high and to the safe hands of Jacob Oram. The catching has been good today. Nothing has eluded their grasps. Oram takes the catch, Bond gets another. South Africa deeper into trouble. Andrew Hall goes 181 for 7.
Finally.
I don't think you'll find this one in the coaching manual anywhere, but it's ended up with 4 runs. We're not going to get to the 200, not unless there's a no ball, and a very good result out of that. Gambled and won.
Took that from well wide of off stump. Certainly won't get to 200. Another dot ball. Not a bad over this for New Zealand. Last overs usually go for quite a few. This one just went for 6.
55 just off the last 10, so South Africa, with all the work to do ahead of them, they need 194. They're defending 194. New Zealand will need to get that. Stephen Fleming winning the toss, and he'll be mighty happy with the result that he's had. Early wickets for Bond. Good pressure from the 2 spinners.
So that's what South Africa did in their 50 overs. Good knock from Herschel Gibbs. 60 off 100 deliveries. Usually he scores at a much faster rate. That just shows you what the pitch was like. Bit of support from Ashwell Prince. But 193 for 7, not a big total.
And plenty of bowlers used in the trump card, being Craig McMillan there at the bottom, 3 for 23. He did a job when no one else expected him to bowl. Good result for Shane Bond, 2 for 26, and also a wicket for Daniel Vittoria, very important one, that of Jacques Cullis. So in their 50 overs, New Zealand have restricted South Africa to 193 for 7, and they'll be mighty happy with that.
So 194 needed by New Zealand. They have all of 50 overs, and that is not a very demanding run rate. 3.88 runs per over. So we're back to see how they go in just over half an hour.
He has a very good record all round, and particularly against South Africa, Stephen Fleming. At best is in fact in the World Cup against South Africa. He's joined by Peter Fulton, who did not have a good tour of South Africa when they were out there recently, a series which South Africa won 4-0, one being rained out. But it's a different occasion, different ground, different wickets, and New Zealand, yeah, will be looking to a good start. They get off to a good start, and that may very well be the match in their favour.
Sean Pollock to open the attack. He's got serious figures there, 379 wickets, an average of 23.98. Would be a great opportunity for him to make an impression. Fulton taking strike. So it's Sean Pollock to open proceedings. Oh, he gets that through the offside. That might have enough legs to get down to the boundary. So Fulton gets the first boundary of the innings.
He struck this well. He's timed it beautifully. Like all tall players, he looks good when he's driving, Peter Fulton. Good positive stroke, well into it. And just the harder new ball coming on nicely.
Does like to get on the front foot, Fulton. Pulled away. That will be 4 runs. That was short, but really didn't get hold of it properly.
Second boundary of the inning so far for New Zealand. Looks a lot more confident sort of player, Peter Fulton, on these sort of pitches where pace doesn't bother him that much. When he plays strokes like that, he really looks a quality player. Not all that short.
It looks solid, Fulton, and always been on the lookout for runs, whether it's on the front or back foot. They're not get tempted at those deliveries outside the line. As you would see, it wasn't really short, just the slowness of the pitch, he was able to get it away. Rather high on the bat, but all the same had enough to carry to the boundary. South Africa will have to rely mainly on their quicker bowlers to pick up the wickets. Although they've got Peterson included, Flicked away, and that's running down to the boundary. That was a bad delivery. Man inside the ring, down the leg side. 20 without loss.
Till now, maybe. Yep. Until now, the commentator's curse, and Peter Fulton is caught at second slip by Andrew Hall.
Not too sure if it's Santini's wicket or Ian Smith's wicket, but it's a wicket nonetheless. No serious smiles, no serious celebrations yet from Makaya Ntini. He knows there's a lot of work to be done, but this is the beginning. First step in what could be a very long journey. Callis doesn't drop catches like that too often. It's Hall, rather. It's 25 for 1. Ross Taylor comes in at number 3 for New Zealand. Not at the top of his form at the moment. Well, someone will throw that one back.
Well, it was a bad delivery, really. It was a ball that Sean Pollock would love to re-bowl. Ross Taylor, that is the thing about the kid, you know. He made naught last game, but that was last game. You know, he's too young yet to worry about a long, bad run of form. He's too fresh at the game. He's still enjoying it.
Yeah, it's not yet a job for him. Oh, that's close. It's gone. That's the second one.
Well, he's a competitor. Just look on the face of Andre Nell. Is that determination or what? And Ross Taylor has been trapped here. He's been done for pace. He's been caught on the crease, and Mark Benson thought about it for about a quarter of a second. That was a very easy one he thought to give. Taylor trapped in front. Maybe he should have thought a bit longer. However, Andre Nell gets the decision that he wants. Taylor does not. Yeah, may have been a little unlucky. It's 42 for 2.
Quick chat between the new batsman Scott Styris and New Zealand's captain Stephen Fleming. They need a partnership here to make sure that that dressing room settles down, New Zealand. This man is in good form though. Got a century against Sri Lanka. Only batsman for New Zealand that looked as if he was really up for the job on that occasion.
He had a little practice run at the ball before. To hold on to it would have been a brilliant effort, because it was hit so hard it's rolled to within about 4 feet of the boundary ropes.
We said when he was roughed up by the short pitch delivery, he might play a few shots. This was in the air for a while, and perhaps should have been caught at that level. I think he thought it actually was coming a bit quicker. Ashwell Prince did not hit the middle of the hands. Oh, beautiful shot. That's a real ripper. It's really raced to the boundary. It's bouncer time, Andre.
But this pitch flattens out, and we saw it as well in the first match when the West Indies played South Africa. It becomes such a good batting surface. These sort of shots were a lot more difficult to play in the first 50 overs of this match. But here, not as much lateral movement and coming on reasonably nicely, consistently. That's a response now. Cannot give any width. It's a touch too straight.
Oh, he's dropped it. And they've got a run. So a second catch goes down. Andre Nell is the unlucky bowler, and Stephen Fleming is the lucky batsman. 72 for 2.
There it is. Not quite carrying all the way in the air though. Good football. That's good skill.
What's this, the old 1-2? That may be referred.
And the third umpire is having a look, and he has relayed the message. That's another boundary. That will help the New Zealand dressing room. Caught, dropped it. He dropped it. I saw it was the right man. I thought immediately out.
He's seeming to indicate that he never quite picked it up. Looking straight into the sun there, Herschel Gibbs. Would have been a spectacular effort. Did he have it? It looked for a moment that he might have had it.
Now that's got something about it. From Stephen Fleming. One bounce four. It was a calculated shot. He's been waiting for that kind of length to hit down the ground, and finally Stephen Fleming gets a semblance of timing into it. It's been a long haul.
He has been quite the anchor in this New Zealand batting. Just goes through with the shot. Complete flourish. Goes all the way.
Just a single to finish the over, so a better one from New Zealand's point of view. And through to 108 for 2. That's beautifully played. Stephen Fleming certainly got some timing and some placement in that one, and New Zealand getting momentum all of a sudden.
There was the width, and Fleming with that long stride into the shot crashed it through that offside. An excellent looking shot. Again showing that he's looking to now break free.
Everything goes back to Graham Smith. What's he got up his sleeve now? He's got to rotate his bowlers. He's got to look for change. He's got to persevere for a little while here with Robin Peterson to give him a fair shake of the dice, but he's not really doing enough at the moment. There's an ounce of turn there for him, but it's interesting to hear Daryl Cullinan talk about how hard it is on a young bloke when you don't put an emphasis on one form of the game, in other words spin bowling, to all of a sudden say come out and win us a game. That's gone. That's one bounce and 4 more. Styris getting into the act. New Zealand racing along all of a sudden.
Styris too looking to try and hit the young man away. He hasn't made any impression so far. And shots like this certainly is not going to be of much help to Peterson.
And he has 50. Only the second player on the day to have the chance to raise the bat. It's been a day for bowlers so far until this point where New Zealand are starting to just look very comfortable. It's 120 for 2. Little nick there as he's given him, yes. He has. Pollock's got the breakthrough. Stephen Fleming just the faintest of touches, and Belcher does the rest. So the half century is all today for the New Zealand skipper, and South Africa breathe again.
That was slightly wide, and Fleming thought it was wide enough to cut, play that horizontal bat shot. He has been in the runs, so he had the confidence to play it, and I would reckon there was the thinnest of edges. Yes, there was. And Boucher just grabbed onto it. So it is a big wicket. There you are, you could see the delight. Fleming's innings comes to an end for 50. New Zealand 120 for 3.
$120 for 3, and short sleeve sweater and all comes to the wicket in the form of Craig McMillan, who was golden today with the ball. He picked up 3 very important wickets for his skipper. Now he replaces him. Brilliant fielding. Terrific commitment and close. A.B. de Villiers.
Shoulders were drooping earlier on, but the wicket has straight away brought about a lot of life into the South Africans. Maybe de Villiers, the younger players, showing the way.
That's close. That's very close. And Daryl Harper says no. Was there bat in it? Was there the possibility of a little inside edge?
We'll have to have another look at that. Came back very, very sharply on Craig McMillan. Was it the height that hit on the flap above the knee roll? But that back foot was slightly bent.
And that's very much game over, and perhaps Scott Starris has decided it's time. That is Craig McMillan driving on the up. Maybe the responsibility now falls on his shoulders to do exactly that. 9 from 19. He may just have decided that it's time to play.
I'm sure someone will ask him at the post-match presentation. It won't be you, Darryl, will it? No, we'll go back to that. 38 overs gone, 145 for 3.
Well, Graham Smith indicated that he was potentially looking to bat first, and he will be asked come the post-match press conference and various moments where the captain of South Africa will be asked about the match. This may be out. Has it carried? That just sums up the day for South Africa. 3 men converging on the ball, and it dropped right in the middle between them. That's what he may have had in mind, Makai-Ntini. Drop 1 or 2 short. There's a man back on the square leg boundary. Scott Starris now the man taking on Ntini.
.50 for Scott Starris. Such a rich vein of form. His 4th 50 of this World Cup, in addition to 100.
He deserves the applause. Senior batsman for New Zealand, one of them at least, and he's led well again.
he just feels it's his day, Craig McMillan, having taken 3 wickets, rather surprisingly, 159 for 3.
But on's up, McMillan's over the top, and that's a biggie.
That has gone a long way back. I think it's pleased McMillan as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a look at the meat of the bat.
Slow bowler, and he never bowled that quickly, and he still generated good pace there, McMillan. Clobbered. I think that's best how you would describe that stroke. Is it going to come in boundaries? Starr has now decided that that's exactly how he wants to see it finish.
Straight up. Now this should be taken. Player underneath it does a good job, Herschel Gibbs. So Styris's innings comes to an end with inside of victory. New Zealand still have a little bit of work to do, and Styris is cross for that reason.
Yeah, he won't be a happy little bunny. He's trying to end it quickly, Scott Styris, by popping a couple out the park. Not to be. Did the hard work getting down it, but really tried to hit it a bit too hard. Got the elevation. See here, trying to hit it so hard. He got the elevation, but not the length. Just went straight up. Herschel Gibbs took a good catch because the sun was in his eyes. He never took the eyes off it. And that's much harder than it looks. Styris again proving very valuable for New Zealand. He's out for 56, 176 for 4.
Giant figure of Jacob Oram has made his way out to the middle. His 101st outing for New Zealand in one-day cricket today. Excellent strike rate. But his job is to be safe and secure and get New Zealand home here. 2 may be here to Craig McMillan if they choose to really go, and that's a good piece of running.
Good piece of batting, in fact, because he weighted it beautifully. He knew from the time that he struck it, he didn't try and hit it too hard, he just nudged it on the onside. There's a big gap there, fielder's on the boundary, it's a long boundary. So smart batting from Craig McMillan.
We'll try it again, and this time it's going to be even easier. So wicket in the over for Robin Peterson, but runs for New Zealand as well. It's 180 for 4.
Yeah, he'll be happy about that, Robin Peterson. He's still shaking his head for the LBW, but it didn't cost too much. Fortunately, the next one went straight up in the air. So he did get the wicket eventually. Perhaps Styris knew that. That's why he thought either we're going to go down quickly or I'm going to get out. As it turned out, he got out. He's not happy about them being able to work them away on the leg side, Robin Peterson. Yeah, 6 wickets looks a big defeat. Is that an edge? He's going to practice the back of the hand stuff. Now, he's done this in practice a few times, Smithy. They've discussed the option of being able to bowl wrist spin rather than finger spin because you can get more on the ball. Did he get a little touch to this? Or did he just hit the ground?
Let's talk about this, Barry, because I think if South Africa to go on and progress a lot further in this tournament, even though going to Barbados next, which is quite a quick pitch, if they end up in St Lucia or somewhere else, they may have to use Peterson again in some capacity.
No, well, he doesn't bowl it badly, and as you see there, you can get more rotations on it. Is this a catch? He might have just tipped the ground.
Brilliant. Robin Peterson.
He's
pretty good in the park too. Oh, that's hit. That is hit, man. In the slot, and Oram just smacked that down the ground.
He's a powerful man. Can't even afford a loosener, can you? Been in the outfield for a while. Andrew Hall comes in with his little loosener. It's in the slot. If he keeps pitching it there, he'll need a helmet to bowl him. Absolutely clubbed away.
Free to win. Here's Andrew Hall. Make that 2 to win. And down the ground for Jacob Oram. So New Zealand just 2 runs away from their first goal to make the semi-finals. Bowled Oram, so he's won that battle, and look at Andre now. You'd think he's just won the World Cup. Personal points. Oram goes back.
He's delighted as Andre Nell. He never gives it away. He's going to fight them to the very, very end. Going for the big one, Jacob Oram. He wanted just the one hit. It was a pretty good Yorker, or close to, from Andre Nell. Oram had made up his mind he was going to go after it. Nell got it in the right place. Over go the stumps. And Jacob Oram is on his way. Just 2 runs to win. New Zealand 192 for 5.
And that's that. Yeah, fair enough too, says Brendan McCullum. That's all the fuss about. That's it. New Zealand can celebrate. They've got home by 5 wickets, Barry.
Very nuggety is Brendan McCullum. He wasn't going to waste any time. A little shimmy down the wicket and blasted through the covers. No pressure on me. Shake hands all round, and South Africa will be mighty disappointed. 196 for 5 New Zealand. They win by 5 wickets, and they're automatically into the semi-finals of the World Cup. The supporters absolutely delighted. Kiwis all round. Graeme Smith will not be a happy little man tonight. They have to go away, do some regrouping. They've got England on Tuesday in Barbados. It's a must-win game. There it is, the match summary. A very big match for both sides. New Zealand have come out on top. They've taken 48.2 overs to get the 194 that was required. They ended up with a boundary 196. Good contribution from Herschel Gibbs for South Africa, but it wasn't enough. Scott Starris and Fleming have seen them home. New Zealand have won this match by 5 wickets.